Hi guys, Snap here, and welcome to Sugai the Sweet Mentors. No idea what this game is, I just bought it. It's an older game. Um, well, it's July, and this game's made in July, so let's get to playing this game, because I already screwed up my channel and everything else, so let's just get to the game. I often think back to my childhood, especially in my family. We were a large family and we enjoyed an idyllic life, even if persons of so many extra relatives, it was always a harmonious atmosphere. In those carefree days, I often thought if only such a life could last forever. We often went on family outing to the mountains. Um, Warm words and laughter always accomplished us on our voyages. I thought if only this could last forever. At the time, I thought of myself as a very pessimistic child. However, reality later convinced me that I was probably too optimistic. So this game's like a talk game, I guess, I don't know. It was the end of summer and a pleasant scent wafting the breeze. The don't even know, the scenery of the mountain was overpowered by the deafening buzz of cicadas. A truly quiet afternoon never existed. Hi you. With a sigh, I made my decision. I shrugged to my feet so that I could step out of the shade. Oh well, I fell. The dew on the grass I began to vaporize under the hot summer sun. The shade provided by sycamore trees stopped just at the edge of the grass, and if it too was afraid of the heat, I should have brought more water. How many times have I said these words today? It was my hope that the truth, constant complaining, it might find some distractions from the unbearable heat. Unfortunately, I did little more than sour my mood. Oh well. With another sigh, I righted myself. I look around, hoping to find any reason to face this ghastly sunlight. The bag on my back felt like 1,000 pounds. I was crammed with all manners of useless personal effects, but the bag was particularly light to begin with. The weight of my shoulders became unbearable. The sweat on my back evaporated almost immediately as I removed the bag and put it into my hands. I then became aware of a developing sharp pain in my shoulders. Ultimately, the bag became too heavy to carry, and I tossed it to my feet. I shouldn't have taken so much with me. I shook my head, braced myself, and looked forward. Suddenly I saw a little store on the edge of the mountain. A Coke would sure be nice. It had been 49 minutes and 4 seconds since I finished all my water. For such a well-known place, it seemed rather barren. I saw no sign or other visitors. However, respite had finally presented itself. I felt I had been clutching at straws. This store was my last hope. No, no. A straw is a terrible metaphor. It's too dry. Perhaps seaweed instead. Yes, seaweed. I laughed at my own unfunny joke. I still had to cross the shadeless yard to reach my newfound sanctuary. Better than dying of thirst, I suppose. I made up my mind to move out of the shade. 5 minutes later, I regretted the decision. The little store was closed. It was a Wednesday. Even the most popular tourist attractions do not see many crowds during the work week. That must be why the store is closed. Empty boxes that once contained soft drinks were strewn about the floor. With a raised smile, I braced myself and looked around. There was a small forest behind the store. Through the forest, I could see an ancient-looking crossler setting up the hillside. Beyond the crossler was a pavilion. The pavilion looked magnificent. Adoring each of the pavilion's 4 corners and bell-shaped wind chimes that rang out crisply. I thought it might be best to wait there until sunset. I made my way to Pavilion. The pavilion was much bigger than it had appeared from the distance. The inside was very spacious. It was much cleaner than I expected to. I attributed this to the lack of tourists. Normally it would be like more picky about where I rest, but at the moment I was far too tired to care. I found a corner and properly sat down. Whoa. I was at the pavilion for the first time today. I felt lucky. The late summer sky was translucent blue. Flocks of birds flew over my head and then disappeared into the mountains. Wildflowers colored the paths as butterflies danced among them. As the wind gusted, the forest canopy quivered like a ribbon. Through the trees, I could make out few old buildings. The chimes rang away. Their sound echoed throughout the mountains. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Earthly, amorous, emanating from the stream soil and rotting leaves, along with fleeting bits of my own memory, took my mind back to the place I'd been long ago. Highly gone days spent, the loved ones of the comforted their warm words. These were certain sweetness to it all. The air had mixed with something sweet, a scent equivalent beyond time. It was returning memory of the late summer, sweet and intoxicating and irresistible fragrance. Sweet amanthus. I wanted to open my eyes. The fragrance bugled as if a pair of soft and delicate hands covered my eyes, playing and hiding from me. A feeling as if I were to remove these hands, the sweet fragrance might vanish. I attempted to retain the sense of the wonderment despite my growling self-awareness of acting in a very childish manner. What the frick? Are you okay? Is this real? I heard a honey-like voice. A beautiful mind face appeared before me. The smell of sweet amanthus was heavy in the air. Huh? For a second, I did not know what to say to this young girl. Are you alright? You look very tired. Yeah, I'm okay. Do you need some water? The young girl began to speak as she took out a purple thermos. Hope you like it. Please enjoy. The girl handed me a cup of tea and indulged it in the sweet and fresh aromas. This is very nice of you, thanks. I took a cup from her. Even though I was nearly dying of thirst, I wished to remain reserved in the presence of this mysterious young girl. The pale green liquid in the cup was infinitely clear. I felt a sudden coolness rush to my face. Apparently, the tea was iced. I slowly sipped the tea. It was mellow. A wonderful sensation filled my heart. More of tea and honey paired with the fragrance of the sweet amanthus. Girl, how's my tea? Sweet. I responded and quickly drank up the tea. It's rather ordinary tea. Has a very good taste, I must say. The girl smiled upon hearing my praise. Her smile was impressive as her tea. Thank you very much. I felt a little bit strange expressing thanks to a girl who's younger than me. Well, it's my pleasure. Her mannerism and general demeanor were quite grateful and modest, implying class. She appeared to be about 12 or 13 years old and had a rather tall and slender build. She looked quite elegant and refined. I felt a little embarrassed when looking at her. My name is Hijai. May I know your sister? Your name, sister? Yes, she raised her hand slightly. I'm Han Yu. I nodded my head. Her name is Hijai. I repeated that name into my mind. Hijai. Sis Hoi? Hijai called me sis with her sweet voice. Hijai seemed quite pleased and then laughed. It had been a long time since I was called sis by a younger girl. With these feelings in my mind, I felt little satisfaction. Thinking of the sweet tea, her sweet smile, and her sweet voice. Few people came here. It is dangerous. Be careful that you don't die. How terrible. Thank you anyway. I don't need to go home at sunset now. Are you lost? Lost? No, no, no. Only the person who has a destination could get lost. I'm just sort of rambling about aimlessly. Really? The girl cocked her head and looked at me. She didn't believe my words. Her inquisitive expression made me smile. So cute. Upon seeing my smile, Dry returned generously bashfully, and then I got lost. Well, there's little to do, and so few people come here. When I was a child, I often had picnic with my family. I just wanted to see a familiar place. I rarely told strangers of my personal matters. It felt different with Hija. I'm not very given to say much about my private business. A change came over Hija's face. Her big eyes narrowed thoughtfully. So you haven't found your destination? Well, I haven't been here for many years. I have nothing to go on. Gi nodded and smiled. Well, thanks, says Hugh. If you don't mind, please allow me to lead you there. Lead me there? Gia had sparkle in her eyes. Yes, this place you're looking for must be filled with your memories. I promise I will lead you there. Let's find the place from your memories. Well, I greatly appreciate the offer, but please forget it. I really have no idea where it is. Don't worry, leave it to me. I grew up here, and I know all the points of interest. With that, Hijai extended her hand. I'm thinking that that's like her sister, but she died or something, and because that yokai thing popped up with like the ears and the tail. So I'm thinking that's what this is about. So, are you sure it won't be trouble for you? No trouble at all. Feel free to ask me any question about this place. Then I took Hijai's hand and carefully stood up. Her ardor compelled me. Could you please lead the way? Sure. I was lost in mountains and dying of fattening. The little girl rescued me. Now she was gonna lead me the way to my destination. That was a divine reward. I couldn't recall doing anyone some great favor recently, but cared little. We embarked upon our trek. The girl skipped and triddled about the forest. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to say this is where we're gonna have to finish the video. So, if you want more of this, please leave a like, and I'll probably make more.